Hi, Miss Grace. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I am doing good. So, I understand that you've been brought here today for to discuss a little bit of difficulty in making a decision on whether or not you want to seek employment for the degree that you just got, or the potential of moving a couple states away in order to complete your graduate school.
Yep, that's correct.
Am I understanding that correctly? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
ma'am.
What an awesome dilemma to have. Like, let's get started talking about it. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right, well, tell me a little bit about it, okay?
Well, I just ended my student teaching, so I just got my bachelor's degree. And I've always been really excited about that. Then I'm done with school. I'm done with school and I don't have that stress of, going to work and having to focus on school. There's just so many different pieces and then focusing on homework with it. And it was just always a lot. So I had always planned on graduating and getting a job where I student taught. So, in my hometown, I grew up there. My my parents still live here, and then I had the opportunity well, it was brought up, and whenever I was finishing up my undergrad, of possibly applying for graduate school. And I found out that I might be eligible, but I don't know because the program, it's 2 states away, and I do have some family that lives there, but I'm not super close to them. So I'm just not sure if I'm ready to do the whole school thing again, or if I just want to stay home and work. I'm just not sure.
Okay. So it sounds like that you have a little bit of a dilemma going on. And one of the things is having the separation and the support of some distant family a couple states over, or your closer family in the state that you're currently in, right?
Mhm. Yeah. So, my
Okay.
parents, I've always been relying on my parents. They've always just been there. Um, so it's always been nice to have that support system, but I know if I decided to move away for graduate school that my extended family, they'd be there for me. I would have that support system, but along with, not only my parents here, there's also, I have friends, I know my community, I'm more comfortable here. It's just I don't know, it's hard.
Okay. So a tough decision to make for sure, yes. So what does your time frame look like? Is there like a specific set of uh deadlines that you have to abide by for the graduate school, or do you have like a little bit of time to kind of think this through and over?
So the graduate school application, it's due in 2 months. So I do have some time, but there's quite a process with that. There's a paper to write, there's references, there's all this stuff that
Mhm.
I would need to gather and work on. And so, 2 months is plenty of time to do that. I don't know if I would even need 2 months to really get it done, but it's just I would almost want to make the decision sooner rather than later so I can get started on that and make sure that I actually get to work on
That you're
that. And yeah, and then I
putting
also
forth the effort.
have yeah, and then I also have, I would if I'm going to stay here, I'd want to start applying to positions, so I'm not left without a job for months on end trying to figure out what I'm doing.
Right. Okay. I do understand that. Um, so how do you, let me just ask this question real quick. So how do you see your future? Like, do you see this graduate degree being a huge part in your future? Do you see like what, just tell me what you see in your future.
So, if you would have asked me a couple months ago, I would have said that I got a job at the local school here. I live in an apartment now, but I eventually would have